Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm standing up here nervous as a whore in church. Yeah, speaking of the whores in church, you know, hell, the money ain't flowing like it usually flow all the time. Yeah, them whores, honey, is in bad shape up there. Yeah, honey, the whore's in such bad shape. One whore said to the other whore, she said, honey, she said, ain't no money on these streets no more. She said, hell, I'm gonna join the church. So the other whore, she didn't really believe she was gonna join the church, you know. So anyway, she says, well, bitch, if you're gonna join the church, I'm going that Sunday and see you join. So that Sunday, the two whores go to church. So the whore that was having such a bad time on the street, she goes up front when they open the doors of the church. You know how they do when they open the doors of the church? They say, come. And on the word come, that bitch went up to the front. Yeah, the damn bitch joined the church, honey. So the preacher came down out of the pulpit. He says, we know you a whore. He says, but I want you to tell your determination. The bitch got up. She says, well, brothers and sisters, members and friends. She says, I want to speak my determination. Yes, honey, she talked to him a while, baby. She said, you know, I'm a whore out on the street. This other whore, her friend, she's sitting in the back listening, see. She said, and you know the money got bad out there. She said, but the money didn't mean nothing to me. She said, one night I was laying in the arm of a sailor. The next night I was laying in the arm of a soldier. She said, but tonight, brothers and sisters, I'm laying in the arms of Jesus. And the other whore, she jumped up out of her seat. She said, that's right, bitch, fuck them all. I want to talk about you men a little while. Yeah, I'm going to talk about them, honey, the dirty son of a bitches. They take the whores out to the bars. They buy champagne and every damn thing. The whores falling in there with the mink stoles and the diamond rings, honey. Honey, them whores got money, honey, because they done took all the money your husband had. Your damn wife sitting at home like a damn fool with old raggedy dress on, old raggedy sweater on, not a sequin or a bead on the damn sweater. You know you a po-ho. The whores is out lollygagging with your man all night. Hell, she go out and have a fight with your husband. He come home mad, honey, and you walking around all nonchalant, just like ain't nothing happening, you know. You know damn well you're mad, but you don't say nothing, you know. You know how we do. Yeah, we do it, honey. But, honey, when that son of a bitch come in, I tell you what you do. Get smart like the whores, baby. Do what the whores do, honey. Take that son of a bitch and put him in the bed and fuck him good. See, ladies, I'm gonna tell you what to do for one of them damn bastards. Honey, you get that son of a bitch in the bed, you got to moan. And you got to groan, honey. Yeah, baby, act like you feel it, because you'll never feel it, but just pretend you do, you know. Honey, get him in the bed, honey, you got to do like this. Do like I tell you. You got to do it like this. Huh? Daddy, you freak motherfucker. Suck it to me, daddy. See, that's what you got to do, baby. Do like the whores do, honey, and you wind up with the minks and the diamonds and the furs, honey.
Preach it.
It's you girls' own fault. that your man run around like this. See, you think because you got a little piece of paper and a whole bunch of kids, you think you got it made.
Yep, you're right.
But honey, when you got them kids, that's when you fucked up. You know, a guy walked into a hotel. He says to the hotel manager, he says, can you get me a girl? The hotel manager says, yes, I can get you a girl. He says, how much is it going to cost me? He said, just leave $50 at the desk. He said, I'll have your girl up there in the next 10 minutes. He said, look, will this girl do anything I asked her to do? The desk clerk said, yeah, so she do anything you wanted to do. Sends the broad on up there. The man takes off his clothes, he lays on the bed. He says to the broad, he says, hey, blow me. Yeah, some bitch asked her to blow him, honey. And she said, he said, I said, blow me, bitch. She said, so the guy gets mad, he calls the desk clerk. He says, hey, come up here and see what's wrong. Hell, I told this bitch to blow me and she went. So the desk clerk said, I'm just gonna show you one more damn time. There was a little boy sitting on the railroad track playing with his. So the preacher came by. He says, little boy, what are you doing? He says, oh, I'm playing with my yo-yo. He said, yo-yo? He said, why do you call it a yo-yo? He says, well, because it goes up and down. The preacher says, up and down? He says, yes. He says, right now it's up. Would you like to go down? There was a woman in the crazy house. This was a white broad, see. The bitch was so damn crazy, she climbed all up the walls and things, you know. And she was so damn crazy, they put her in one of them padded cells. And every day, the colored nurse would go and check on her, you know, to see how crazy she was. And the nurses could tell how the condition was by the patient's conversation. So this broad was climbing all up the wall, just screaming, I want a long black dick. That motherfucker was climbing the walls, honey. I want a long black dick. The colored nurse say, what did you say? Hell, this white broad didn't make no better. She kept climbing. I want a long black dick. Hell, the colored nurse say, you was crazy as hell when they brought you here. She said, but you in your right damn mind now. There's a man taking his son out one day in Central Park. They walking in Central Park, you know, they're strolling along in Central Park. So the boy got tired, so they decided to get on the Fifth Avenue bus and ride the rest of the way. As soon as they got on the bus, here come a broad on the bus with great big titties, honey, hanging down like watermelons.
That was me.
Yeah. That was you. Hanging down, honey. So the boy took one look at the woman. He said, hey, Dad. He said, dig the tits on that broad. So his daddy was so embarrassed, he jerked the boy up off the bus and he went home with him. He said to his mother, look, what kind of upbringing is you bringing this boy up? This boy get on the bus and he embarrassed me to death. You should heard the language he was using on the bus. So his mother says, well, what's wrong? You should have heard the language this fellow was using on the bus. And my son, to think he's my son. So his mother says, listen, don't get so upset. Said, we will send him to a military school, and this will reform the boy. And he'll be a good boy when he comes back. The daddy said, a military school? So she says, don't worry about the money. So his daddy agreed to send him to a military school. He goes to his military school. He stays about 2 or 3 years. He comes back. He's a nice, big, tall, handsome man when he comes back.
Right on.
So anyway, his daddy says, I'm going to take this boy out riding again and see what he does. His daddy takes him out in Central Park. They walk along Central Park. Pretty soon they got tired. They got on the bus again. So this big broad gets on the bus with great big titties, honey, wearing a V-cut. Size V, honey. Yeah. The daddy says, hey, son, dig the tits on that broad. The boy didn't say nothing. He says, I'm going to test this little son of a bitch out. He said, dig the tits on that broad, son. The boy didn't say nothing. So he said, this boy is trying to fool me. So he said to him again, he said, hey, boy, he said, dig the tits on that broad. The boy said, the hell with the tits, Dad. Said, get a load of the ass on the bus driver. You know what a vice ward is? A pussy posse. There were 3 pregnant prostitutes sitting around the fireplace. And so one girl said to the other and said, Sue Jane, what do you want your baby to be? She says, oh, I want a boy. Said, Mary Jane, what you want your baby to be? She said, oh, I want a girl. So they asked Lucy sitting over there in the corner, dipping snuff and chewing tobacco at the same damn time. Say, hey, Lucy, say, what you want your baby to be? She said, well, I don't give a damn what that son of a bitch be. But I know one thing. I don't want no more of them damn white bastards, because they too damn hard to keep clean. A girl went to a doctor, and she wanted to be examined. The doctor says, well, lady, I have to take your temperature through your rectum. She said, that's quite all right with me. So it didn't hurt her, honey. So anyway, he stuck it in her rectum, and it got good to her. So pretty soon she started hollering, doctor? Daddy, please. Doctor, right over here, a little bit, right over to the left. Right there. Hold it, you motherfucker. Shit! Woo! Sock it to me, doctor. Oh, my God. And pretty soon it hurt a little bit. She said, wait a minute, Dr. Hell, that ain't my rectum. The doctor said, no, and that ain't my thermometer either. By then, her husband walked through the door. Yeah, he said that son of a bitch better have numbers on him when you pull it out. 2 winos was walking down the street, drunk off this wine, you know. So anyway, they passed the General Hospital. One wino looked up at the hospital, a great big building. He said to his buddy, he said, hey, man. He said, you see that big building up there? The other wino looked up. He said, yeah, man, I see it. He said, you know what? He said, I bet it's over 150 cases of polio in that building. The other wino looked at him. He said, yeah, man. He said, is that better than Gallo? Did you hear about the preacher? He preaching about Samson. Samson is a mighty strong man. Yeah. Samson, he slew 1,000 Philistines with a jawbone of ass. Yeah, he was up there preaching, honey. And honey, he was putting his finger in his ear and he was just ringing his finger in his ear. He said, Samson, he's the strongest man in captivity. Yeah. I want to tell you about Samson, brothers and sisters. Yeah. So one old man sitting out in the audience, he said, preach on, Reverend, preach on. I hear you now. And honey, the preacher, he was preaching so fast, he said, Samson, he slew 1,000 Philistines with a jawbone of an ass. And one old lady sitting in the back, honey, she didn't quite hear him. She said, Pastor, what did you say? And the pastor was talking so fast, he said, well, he jobbed him in the ass. Hey, My room number is 69, but I'm gonna change it to 88. He ate and she ate. Did you hear about the star in the east?
No.
This damn bitch goes to the doctor. And she says, doctor, examine me, please. She says, something wrong with me. So the doctor says, okay, get on the table. She got on the table. One look, the doctor says, lady, you pregnant. She jumped up. She says, oh, doctor, I can't be pregnant. She says, I'm a virgin. The doctor says, well, you pregnant. She says, doctor, you must be wrong. She said, examine me again. She said, I can't be pregnant. I'm a virgin. So the doctor says, get back on the table. She get back on the table. He examined her again. He said, yep, lady. He says, you're pregnant. She says, oh, doctor, come on now. I know good and damn well you can tell me something better than this. So the doctor said, well, maybe I made a mistake. Get back on the table. She gets back on the table. He looks up her ass again. He says, yes, lady, you pregnant. He goes to the window. He opened the window, see, and he started looking toward the east. So the broad says, hey, doctor, what the hell you doing with that window wide open, this wind blowing up my ass, and you looking toward the east? The doctor said, hell, you say you was a virgin, didn't you? She says, yes. He said, you can't be pregnant, didn't you? She says, yes. He said, well, hell, the last time that happened, it was a star in the east. But I ain't gonna miss that motherfucker this time. This man died a sinner. So they had him in the church. And the preacher, he was down on his knees in front of the casket. He's just preaching. Oh, Lord, I want you to take Brother Smith on into heaven. I know he was a sinner down here on earth. But I want you to take him on into heaven. I want you to have 3 angels standing on each side. I want you to have St. Peter to open the gate and let him on in, because we know he was a sinner. And you know, back there in the olden days down there in Mississippi, hell, they didn't embalm them then, you know. They didn't know nothing about embalming, see. And any time that the corpse might sit up in the casket, so this is what this cat did. This cat sprung up in the casket. And he was grinning, honey. And all the members of the church ran out. But by the preacher, his eyes was closed, you know, praying this son bitch into heaven. And honey, when he opened his eyes, he saw this son bitch sitting up there with his mouth open. He pulled out his 45 and said, up, you motherfucker. He said, don't you move a damn toilet. He said, I'll kill your black ass again. There was a lady riding on a train, and her name was Ella, and she was going to a place called Ella, Florida. So the conductor comes through the train, he's just hollering all the stops, you know, so the people get off at the right stop. He said, Pensacola, Florida, Tallahassee, Jamaica, Ella. And she thought he was talking about her, and she said, all but wiping. It was a colored pilot flying an airplane. So he gets on this plane, you know, and there's about 75 or 80 people on the plane. He gets on the plane and he jumps up in the cockpit and he gets onto the intercom and he says, ladies and gentlemen, he said, this is the first colored pilot to ever fly the Pan American Airline. He says, hell, he said, we're gonna fly all over. He said, we're gonna fly 80,000 feet in the air. He says, we're gonna fly to Japan, we're gonna fly to London, England, we're gonna fly to Australia, we're gonna fly every damn where. He said, hell, we got plenty to eat on the damn plane. He says, hell, we got black-eyed peas and neck bones. He said, we got chitlins with the instant hog maw sauce. We got instant collard greens. We got every damn thing. Hell, we got plenty to drink. Hell, we got wine, beer, whiskey, gin. Hell, we're gonna smoke some weed, baby. Hell, we're gonna smoke a wild honey, and we're gonna snort some coke. And say, hell, we're gonna get high as the sky if I ever get this motherfucker up off of the ground.